Hello, dear students from all over Egypt. Welcome to today's session. With you today, Miss Wafa Hassoub, and today, inshallah, we will continue the great chapters and information from Qureo platform. For of course, we want you to learn about programming and artificial intelligence. And today, inshallah, we will start with chapter 6, if else statement. So be with me to know what's if else statement and how to do it in programming and JavaScript. So as usual, we open our platform Curio on chapter 6 if else statement and starts with key points of the lesson. The key points of the lesson says what's an if else statement and how if else statements work. Now we have Cody. Tomorrow is the day you finally get your exam results back. Are you feeling confident? Well, we all feel confident about our exam results. So I am confident. Click next. And here is Ricky says, that's great. I'm not so sure about most of my subjects. And Cody says, well, what are you talking about with your serious expressions? So, two here means Ricky and you, dear student. So, oh, Cody, I'm actually getting my exam results back tomorrow. And Cody here smiles and mocks him. Huh, I'm looking forward to it. Rick, if you score 100 in science, you get an extra allowance, right? Well, yeah. Science is the only subject I'm good at, so it should be a treat. By the way, if you don't score 100, what are you promising your mom? Actually, if I don't score 100, I will have to weed the garden for a month myself. This is a major problem for him. Well, that's tough. Let's wait for the result with bated breath. Well, while we are waiting for the exam results, let's learn some programming as usual. Today, let's try to apply the if statement we learned in the previous lesson. You mean the applied section? So we are gonna have some revision. Well, yes, last time you created a program that said, if I score 100 in science, output increased allowance to the console. Today, let's try to make a program that includes if you don't score 100 in science. Well, let's start with a recap for last time. Let's write a program that says, if I score 100 in science, output increase allowance to the console. Okay, so you remember how to do this? Well, be with me, please. And as usual, we start with copying the text that he gave me. So after that, we start to read what he wants us to write. What kind of program should we write? So first, declare the variable science and assign 100 to it. To declare a variable, we have to write the word let. So be with me, please, to write it together. So starting with writing let, and the variable name is science. So we're gonna write science. Okay, and assign it to 100. So it's equal 100. And end it with a semicolon. Next, if the variable science is equal to 100, so now we have if statement. Do you remember if statement? We start by writing if and open a parenthesis, write the word science, for the variable signs, okay, which is equal and not one equal. I told you if statements, we should write it double, write it 2 times. So equals 100. Why we are saying this? Because we have a comparison. If signs equal 100, output something, okay? Otherwise not. That's why we put the double equals. And after that, well, now we will have our statement. So starting with the curly brackets. Start with curly and end it with a curly. Remember. So writing console dot log and open a parenthesis, put a quotation and Control V. After that, we need to put the semicolon, and as we started with a curly, end with a curly too. Let's check it and see what we have done. Click Run Code, and here is increased allowance output. It's done. If you score 100 in science, then this is okay. Next. If you don't score 100 in science, what will happen? Well, Ricky will weed the garden. So we want to do this. So now we have if else. If something happened, do something. If not, okay, or else, do something else. So that's the if else statement. Look here, it's else, okay, and we have the other statement here. So, if else statement is about احنا بنقول فيه لو الشرط ده موجود يبقى النتيجة دي هتحصل، أو طالما النتيجة دي مش موجودة اوكي يبقى فيه نتيجة تانية هتكون موجودة. يعني احنا بنقول لو science equals 100 كده يبقى احنا على طول هناخد increased allowance. else وإلا بقى إيه اللي هيحصل؟ وإلا weeding the garden. So this is if else statement. There is no difference. Just write else and the second part is the same as here exactly, but with another statement, of course. Let's see Ricky and Cody. Well, there is a new program added on the third line. That's right. This is the new part we are gonna learn. It's called else and is used when you want to perform some kind of processing when the conditional expression doesn't match. So if it's match, okay, something will be output. If not, well, another expression will be happening. I remember we learned about true and false in the previous lesson. Maybe this else thing is a program that executes processing in case it's false. So I think you remember the last time we put it, okay, without the other part, without the statement at the end. So we let the computer write it false or true. So if it's true, something will happen. If it's not true, well, this is what we will learn now. It's the else statement now. In the previous lesson, we talked about how the computer determines that a conditional expression is true when it's true and false when it's not. The sample if statements we have been using so far only executes processing when the conditional expression is true, and nothing is done when it's false. However, by adding the else statement, it's possible to perform other processing even when the conditional expression is false. بمعنى احنا طبعا كان اللي احنا متعودين عليه ان احنا بنقول لو الشرط ده موجود او لو الشرط ده اتحقق نفذ لي النتيجة كذا. طيب لو الشرط ما اتحققش كان الكمبيوتر ما بيطلعش شيء، كان بتبقى فاضية. اوكي. او لو احنا ما حطيناش اي مثلا يعني لو انا بقول له لو الشرط ده اتحقق اوكي وبسيبه فبيجيب لي بقى true، او لو الشرط ما اتحققش بيجيب لي false. طيب بفرض ان احنا دلوقتي جبنا بنقول له لو الشرط ده اتحقق نفذ لي النتيجة كذا. احنا عايزين نقول له بقى لو الشرط ما اتحققش نفذ لي نتيجة تانية. So this is the if else statement. Okay. The way it's written is pretty much the same as in if statement. Be with me and look here. So they are the same exactly. Console.log. Okay. Open the parentheses, double quotation mark, and put here. Okay. The process style or the character that we needed to be output. And else is the same exactly. We have here the double curly brackets. After that, console.log, open the two parentheses, double quotation, and characters. So this part looks exactly the same, except for the word else. I think it's easy for you, inshallah. Okay, then let's look at the example and write our own. The score for science is okay. Let's think of a case where you got an 80. So assign 80 to the variable science and output increased allowance. If the variable size is 100, well, if the variable size is not 100, the program out is weeding the garden. So if he scored 100, he will output increased allowance. If not, he will output weeding the garden. Okay, so as usual, let's copy weeding the garden and we will write else and this the rest of the statement. As we can see it here, we will write this. So let's write it. Else, okay, and open the two curly brackets, console.log, and be careful to any mistakes. Open the parentheses, put the double quotation marks, paste the weeding of the garden, and put the second quotation marks and the parentheses. Sorry. Okay. End it with a semicolon, and don't forget, start with a curly and end with a curly. Okay. Looks pretty the same. Let's click and see whether we write it in a correct way. Great. I change the value of the variable size to 80 and it outputs weeding the garden properly. Perfect. Let's try one more time for practice, this time without a model. Okay, so now we need to write no errors. Okay, no errors. So starting with copying it. And here we will write else. Open, do you remember? Open the curly brackets. Write console.log. Open the parentheses, double quotation marks, paste the word, and the second quotation, the second parenthesis, and voila, we have finished it. No, not yet. Something is missing now. Can you see it? Can you tell me what? Perfect, exactly. It's the second curly brackets. So now we are finished. Let's click run code and see it's no reward. Perfect, isn't it? That's kind of program that combines if and else is called an if-else statement. An if-else statement, well, I guess it can be used in various situations. So let's move to the next lesson to give us more practice. How to write if-else statement. Well, in the previous lesson, you learned about if statements, followed by if-else statements. Have you both learned how to write them? Well, yes, I think so. You seem a little anxious. That's understandable because the level of difficulty is gradually increasing. Just learn it little by little and you will be fine. Let's practice a little more on how to write if-else statements today. And Ricky says, yeah, I will do my best. Well, then, how about these problems first? There are eggs in the refrigerator. If there are 0 eggs, write a program that outputs let's go buy some. Otherwise, I still have some. So, we want to write a program. احنا دلوقتي محتاجين نكتب برنامج. اوكي؟ لو مفيش عندنا أي eggs، اوكي، المفروض ان البروجرام عندي هيطلع let's go buy some، والا هيطلع لي بدالها، يعني لو كان موجود بقى هيطلع لي I still have some. Can you write it with me? Well, help me please. Okay, so create a program that output let's go buy some if the variable egg is 0, otherwise I still have some. Enter the same program as below. So we will write them exactly the same. So let egg equal 10. Now we need to write if. Okay, so if, and open the parentheses, egg, and I told you, as long as we have if statement, okay, you have to bring double signs here. So equal 0 and end the parentheses. Okay, this is the first part and he already continued it. Now let's write here what third line missed. Okay, it missed else. And the rest of it looks the same exactly. So let's run the code and see what will happen. Well, I still have some. Why it output I still have some? Because egg here equals 10. So he says if egg equals 0, right, let's go buy some. But egg here, it doesn't equal 0, it's 10. So he will give us the result here. It's I still have some, and that's why he output it. Okay. هي العملية بنستخدم فيها العقل والتفكير حبة يعني بنشوف كده هنا بيقول لي لو الاج يساوي 0، طبعا هي هنا مش بتساوي 0 وبالتالي النتيجة اللي هنا مش هتطلع. هيطلع لي مين بقى؟ هيطلع لي النتيجة الخاصة ب else اللي هي I still have some. Done. I'm started to remember how to write it after seeing the example. Perfect. Be careful when writing if statements and if else statements because it's easy to misplace curly brackets. Remember, curly brackets مهمة جدا جدا. So, okay, let's try another one. Quick question. what would you say is a lucky number? Well, a lucky number, like 777 is 777 or 777. Bingo! Now write a program that outputs lucky if the variable is 777. And better luck next time otherwise. Let's try without looking at an example this time. Ready to write it with me? يلا بينا. So, first declare the variable num and assign triple signs to it, triple sevens to it. Well, let's write let, okay, num equal triple seven. And in the program and to the next line. If the variable num is equal to triple seven, so we'll write if and open the parentheses, okay, and write num equal, sorry, it's 2 not 3, equal, okay, triple seven. And now to the statement part. So open the curly brackets, write console.log, and open the parentheses, okay, with the quotation, and we need to copy the word lucky. In the program with semicolon, and as we started with the curly, well, that was the first part. Well, if not, so if not here is the third part. If not means else. Else what? So open curly brackets. Output better luck next time. So we will copy better luck next time and start with writing console.log. And the parentheses and the double quotation marks, click Ctrl and V and end the program with a semicolon, and don't forget the curly brackets. So it looks good till now. Let's check the code together or the program together. So run code and it output lucky. ليه lucky هي اللي طلعت لنا؟ لأن عندي بيقول لي إيه؟ let num equals 777. لو num عندي بتساوي 777 وهي بالفعل 777 يبقى طلع لي النتيجة دي، وبالتالي فالمخرج اللي طلع عندي كلمة lucky. I did it! Wow! I managed to clear it without any example. Perfect! Keep up the good work and you will master it little by little. Moving to the next lesson. Well, here in lesson 3, we will talk about something called operator. Operator. So, what are comparison operator? احنا طبعا متذكرين الاوبريتور اللي احنا اخدناها قبل كده، اللي هي كانت طبعا ال addition sign, subtraction sign, the slash, do you remember the slash for division, and the asterisk for multiplication. But these kinds of operations or operators are different. So we call them comparison operator. Okay? So be with me, please. What are comparison operators? This is less than or equal comparison operator and greater than or equal comparison operator. And here we have Ricky is upset. He is sighing and weeping. Well, what's wrong, Rick? You're sighing so deeply. Oh, Cody, I got the results back. I got the result back from the exam the other day. Well, it's a math answer sheet. Let's see. You got a score of 30? They are adding homework if you get less than or equal to 50. And he looks terrible. He is very sad and crying. Wait, what? If you get less than or equal to 50 in math, you will get extra homework? I think this is what we learned the other day. The if else statement. It's an easy problem for me, a programming master. Well, Rick, you are running away from reality because you don't want to think about your homework. Hey, Cody, I wrote a program that outputs to the console add homework if the math score is below 50, otherwise, no homework. Take a look. So look at this code here. Rick كتب لنا الكود اللطيف ده. So let math equal 30. If math, this is the comparison part here. If math equal 50, well, output add homework. Else or if else console.log no homework. يعني لو كانت الماث عندي طبعا هنا math already equals 30. So لو math equal 50 اكتب لنا add homework. Okay, so is it here? Is it equal 50? No, because math here is 50, but the real one, the real variable here is 30. So it's not gonna output add homework, but it will output no homework. Okay? You wrote the if else statement I taught you the other day. You are on the right track. Perfect. Right. That's me, a programming master. Well, now try running that code. Look here. Click on Run Code without modifying the program. So what do you think, dear students, will be output? يعني احنا عندنا هنا let math equal 30. If math equal 50, write add homework. Does it here equal 50? No. So the things that will be output is exactly no homework. The variable math is 30, so I got less than or equal to 50 points, but no homework is displayed on the screen. Maybe the computer got wind of my wish not to get homework. I wish that were the case. Well, notice the second line of the program, the conditional expression math, okay, equal 50 means if the value of the variable math is equal to 50, in other words, your program says if you score 50 in math, add homework. Otherwise, no homework. So whether the score is 30 or 100, the program outputs no homework. Well, I see. So I guess that means I should change the conditional expression to if the value of the variable mass is less than or equal to 50 instead of the value if the value of the variable mass is equal to 50. طيب تعالوا نشوف كده المعضلة اللطيفة دي. طبعا ريك لما كتب لنا الكود كان كاتب الكود ازاي؟ بيقول اني لو الماث عندنا بتساوي 50 فخلاص اكتب لنا ان في homework. طيب if not اكتب لنا ان هي no homework. يعني لو كانت equal 50 بالظبط اكتب لنا homework. طيب لو ما كانتش بتساوي 50 فاكتب لنا no homework. معنى ده ان هو سواء كان جايب قليل او جايب كتير ففي الحالتين هيكتب no homework لأن هي مش equal 50. يعني لو كان جاب مثلا 70 80 100 برضه هيديله no homework في النهاية. ليه؟ لأن احنا عاملين الشرط ومحددين ان هو لازم يكون equal 50 بالظبط، لازم الدرجة تكون equal 50. فطبعا ده كان خطأ بالنسبة للبروجرام اللي عمله راك. فريك حب ان يصلح ده، فقال احنا المفروض ان احنا نجيبها ازاي. لازم نقول ايه؟ لو ال value of the variable mass ان هي تكون اقل او يساوي 50. احنا عايزين نصلح كده، عايزين نقول ان لو اقل من 50 او يساوي 50 فادينا بالظبط النتيجة كذا، والا ادينا نتيجة مختلفة. Okay, so this is the comparison operators now. Let's see how it's written. So ده اللي احنا كنا بنكتبه دايما if math equal 50. The change is here. We want to write math is less than or equal. So ده الشكل الجديد بتاعنا. احنا عايزين نقول بقى لو كانت الماث أقل من أو يساوي 50 اكتب لنا add homework. Or else لو كانت بقى غير النتيجة دي فادينا بقى no homework. Okay? So let's try the code, run the code together. So create a program that outputs add homework if the variable math is less than or equal to 50. Otherwise, no homework. Okay, so let's modify the program to be the same as below. طبعا هو already مديني الكود and I have to change it like this. So we will remove one of the two equal signs and put the less sign. طيب less sign بيجيبها منين؟ من shift وحرف الواو. shift وحرف الواو بيدينا أقل من، and shift وحرف الزين وليس الزال. اوكي، حرف الزين فبيكون بيدينا اللي هي أكبر من. try to know these signs because or know these operators because they are very important. So to write less than, it's shift and wow. Greater than, it's shift and zin. Okay. So now I think it looks exactly the same. Let or if math is less than or equal 50, console.log add homework. Let's run the code. And add homework is out. I got the add homework output right. You have learned in math or arithmetics class that A is less than or equal B, right? Yeah. A less than or equal B means A is less than or equal. So these are the signs of the arithmetics. But in computer, okay, we write them beside each other. So you could compare the left and right numerical value, such as A and B being equal, or which numerical value is greater than which in programming. So in programming, we can use the same symbols to compare the magnitude of values. So these symbols, we call them comparison operator. So here, A is the same as to B. Here, A is greater than B. A is less than B. Here, A is greater or, okay, greater than or equal to B. And here, A is less than or equal to B. So try to memorize them, and those are the comparison operator. So operator is the name of the adding sign used in addition, or the asterisk using or used in multiplication. You remembered well, didn't you? All symbols used to compare numerical values are comparison operators, such as the familiar equal in conditional expression and the less than or equal that you learned this time. يبقى احنا نخلي بالنا كده ان البلس والاستريسك والسبتراكشن كل الساينز دي اسمها اوبريتور. انما لما يكون في عندنا يساوي او اقل من او greater than فبيبقى اسمها comparison operators. Okay. So the conditional expression to check if the value of the variable word is greater than or equal to 70 is as follows. We write it like this: greater or equal than 70. Okay. If it was math score less than or equal to 50, then it would be math less than or equal 50. So the direction of the symbols is reversed. It's reversed. So as you read it, you write it. It's less than or equal. Okay, let's write it with me, please. Well, so he is telling you to create your program as follows. If the value of the variable word is greater than or equal to 70, output pass. Otherwise, fail. يلا بينا كده نعمل البروجرام سويا. So, if, okay, the value of the variable word. So we need to write word. Okay. It's greater than or equal. فاكرين احنا قلنا greater than بتيجي ازاي؟ shift وحرف زين. Okay, and equal 70. So this is how to write. So if word equal greater than or equal 70. طب هل هي equal 70؟ No. هل هي greater than 70؟ No. وبالتالي pass عندي مش هتطبع. المفروض ان هيجي عندنا كلمة fail. Let's check it, run the code, and it's fail. Well, this time it worked. The previous conditional expressions were only for the same case. But now we can use greater than or equal and less than or equal as well. Let's be careful about the direction of the operators and get used to using them. I get it. The road to programming mastery continues. You need to work on your math homework first, he reminded him. So let's continue to the next lesson. And it's lesson 4. And we will have, okay, what's the greater than comparison operator or less than comparison operator? What are they? I'm so tired of doing my math homework. But tomorrow, oh, Rick, what's up? You look kind of excited. Oh, Cody, I finally finished my homework and tomorrow we're going to an amusement park. I'm so excited now. Well, here's Cody screaming, oh no. So we have here Rick. Wait, what's going on, Cody? And he remembered, oh no, I totally forgot to ask Cody. Oh, yeah, Cody, why don't you come with us? What? I can go too? Thank you. But come to think of it, there are a lot of restrictions on amusement park rides. I wonder if there are rides that Cody can get on because of his height. Well, he is too short. So, okay, well, I'll try to compile a program for the requirements to get on the ride. Let's start with a roller coaster. Let's see. It says those taller than 130 centimeters are allowed to ride, and Cody is shorter. So these are the comparison operator. A is larger or greater than B. So in this case, A is larger than B. A is greater than B. Doesn't include the value of B, but A is greater or equal B will result in a conditional expression that includes the value of B. Note that whether or not the value of B is included depends on whether or not the equal is added. The requirements to ride the roller coaster doesn't include 130 meters, so that means we can use A is greater than B. If we apply these conditional expressions to an if-else statement, look here. So we want to create a program. If the value of the variable height is greater than 130, output can write. Otherwise cannot write. So البروجرام اللي احنا عايزين او هنعمله دلوقتي ان لو كان طوله اكبر من 130 يبقى can write. Otherwise بقى وإلا he will put or output can't write. Let's see or check the code together. Well, let height be 91. So if height, wait, he wants height equals what? Height is greater than 130. So let's write height okay, greater than, remember how to put it, or is greater than only, okay, without equal. So if height is greater than 130, output can write. طيب تعالوا نتشيك كده مع بعض هل الهايت هنا أكبر من 130؟ No, it's equal 91. وبالتالي اللي هيطلع عندي أو اللي هيطلع عندنا في النتيجة مش can write. No, cannot write. Okay. Let's check it. Well, can't write. Cody, it says that you can't ride the roller coaster. Oh no. Okay, well, how about a merry-go-round? This one, it says those under 80 centimeters may ride. So let's check the comparison operators with me. So it's under 80 centimeters, means less than. So A is less than B. That's what we need from the operators. Okay, what we will use now. So under 80 centimeters. So that means 80 is not included. So you use A is less than B. يعني احنا هو اللعبة موجود فيها بيقول لي under 80 centimeters. يعني اللي يكون 80 مش مضمون من ضمن. So let's apply this to if else statement as well. So if the value of the variable height is less than 80, so here we need to write height, okay, and less than 80. So it's less 80. So let height be 91. Okay, if height is less than 80, write can't write. Otherwise can write. يعني لو كان عندنا الهايت أقل من 80 فالمخرج اللي هيطلع لنا هيكون can't write. طيب let's check height here. it's not less than it's greater than 80 وبالتالي النتيجة دي مش هتطلع اللي هيطلع لنا can right لأن النتيجة عندنا بيقول لي لو height أكبر من عفوا أقل من 80 أوكي فالمفروض يطلع لنا can't write ولكن هي العكس لا ده هي أكبر من 80 وبالتالي النتيجة التانية else أوكي can write. So now he can write. Cody is going round and round. So, alrighty, Cody, I think you can ride the merry-go-round. Oh, good. Now I can go to the amusement park too. Wait, I thought there were age restrictions for some attraction. First, the haunted house that everyone says is very scary. It's no one less than or equal. فهنا بقى في عندنا operator جديد اللي هو less than or equal 16 years of age may enter. So that's what we need now. It's less than or equal. The no operator here. Okay, let's try it with me. So the program here, it asks me type into the editor. Create a program that outputs no entry if the variable age is less than or equal to 16. Otherwise, entry allowed. Enter the same program as below. So that's what we will enter now. Okay, starting with let age, that's right. So let age equal 15 and semicolon. If, okay, and open the parenthesis, age. So it's now less than or equal. So it's less or equal 16. What will be output? Well, starting with the console and the curly brackets, console.log. Open the parentheses, put the double quotation marks, and we need to click no entry, copy it, and paste it here. In the program with the semicolon, and don't forget the curly brackets. Exactly. Okay. So this is if the condition is applied. Well, if not, else. So we need to click else. Okay, and the curly brackets, write console.log, open the parentheses, double quotation marks, and copy the entry allowed, and it was a semicolon, and close the curly brackets. So, what do you think will be output? البروجرام عندنا بيقول ايه؟ Let age equal 15. If age is less than or equal 16, write no entry, else write entry allowed. طيب يقول لي هنا لو age عندي أقل من أو يساوي 16 أوكي خلينا المخرج اللي هنا no entry. طيب تعالوا نشوف age كده it's 15 so it's less than 16 وبالتالي no entry is gonna be put into here. Okay, let's run code and it says no entry. Well, I can't enter the haunted house either. Well, I don't like scary things anyway. Last but not least, the last attraction of this amusement park is bungee jumping. It says no one greater than or equal to 60 years old is allowed to go bungee jumping. So now we need the operator of greater than or equal. So let's write the program. First, declare the variable age. So let age, wait, equal 15 in the line and second line. If the variable age, so if, open the parentheses, write age, okay, equal is greater than, so is greater, so greater than or equal 60. What should we be output? It can't jump. So open the curly brackets, write console.log, open the parentheses, double quotation marks, Control and V, in the program with a semicolon and in the curly brackets. Well, now if not, so now we have else. So write else, and curly brackets, console.log, open the parentheses, double quotation marks, and can jump is put here. End it, and don't forget the curly brackets. So whenever we write a code or write a program, okay, take it step by step, write step by step. So declare the variable age, we declare the variable age. If the variable age, so if the variable age is greater than or equal 60, output can't jump. If not, then we have else here, okay, output can jump. Like, what do you think will be output here? So هو بيقول لي age عندنا equals 50, okay, 15. So if age is greater than or equal 60, لو كان الage عندنا أكبر من أو يساوي 60, put can't jump or output can't jump. طب هل هنا أكبر من أو greater than or equal 60? No, it's 15. وبالتالي النتيجة دي عندنا مش هتطلع، اللي هيطلع منها اللي هي can jump. Okay, so let's run code and it can jump now. So when you understand the code, okay, you will you will find it easy to write it and understand it. Good, I think I'm okay. Oh, by the way, how old are you, Cody? Oh, look at the time. I'm gonna be late. I should get going. Hey, wait a moment. I'll see you at the amusement park another time. Have fun, everyone. See ya. And now, dear students, let's go to the review part. Well, it's a total of 5 questions. So let's start with this question. And the question says, select a program that says if, then do A, otherwise do B. So it's if else statement. Well, is it else? No. Else? No. It starts with F, okay? Conditional? Else? No. If, conditional A, else B. This is the right way. So 1, 2, 3 is wrong. Let's check. Yes, this is the correct one. If conditional, okay, then output A, else output B. Okay, answer, and this is correct. Create your program as follows. Declare the variable num and assign 5 to it. Okay, so let's declare, right-click num, equal 5. If variable num is the same as 10, so second part here, we will write if, open the parentheses, and write num is the same as 10. So the same means double. Don't forget it's double, okay? If the variable num is the same as 10, what should be output? Output when. So let's copy when and open the curly brackets by console.log. Open the parentheses, the double quotation marks, Control and V, and end it with a semicolon. And well, as you started with a curly, end it with a curly. Okay? Otherwise, output lose. So now we have the else statement. So as we have done the first part here, we will do exactly the same here. So console.log, open the parentheses, put the quotations, and edit the copy one and end it with a semicolon in the brackets or the curly brackets. And this is the end of it. Okay, so let's run the code and see what will be output. So it's gonna be loose. Click answer and correct. Next, select a program with the conditional expression. The value of the variable num is less than or equal. So it's less than or equal. Okay, so this is num here is greater than. Here is num is less than. Num here is equal. So here num is less than or equal 80. And click answer and it's correct. Next, select the program with the condition the value of the variable num is greater than 30. So we need here num is greater. This is greater or equal. This is equal. And this is greater than 30. Let's check the fourth one. No, this is less than. So the correct one was number 2 and it's correct. Next, create your program as follows. If the variable score is greater than or equal, so we need to write here score, okay, greater than or equal 60. And the rest is already written. Let's run code. It's pass and click answer and it's correct. So let's go to the results and perfect. Well, that was the end for today's session, dear students. Hope you, inshallah, learned and knew how to do the else or if else statement. All best wishes. Thank you. Goodbye.